Hey guys, been a little while since I've done a video. Probably time I did another one. Hasn't been a lot to report, to be honest, which is why there's been a bit of a time lapse between this last one and this one. Let's have a look at where we are with the garden. Quick look. Summer's coming, and the blowflies are out, or the flies are out. Anyway, let's spin you around and have a quick look. Okay, for those who have been following, you remember 8 garden beds. I did have some small stuff in pots just wintering in some of these garden beds under the plastic. I pulled all of those pots out in there and I've got, don't mind the mess, it's a work in progress. Some seeds in, some tomato seeds over here. I'm trying something different, some stirred desert peas in there, more tomatoes down there, strawberries. I've got a few eucalypt seeds in too. I want to try and see if I can get a few of those growing, and just a bit of a mishmash of other stuff. The calendula that I had growing, some alyssum, I'll show you what I was doing with that. Monstera that I burnt over the window, believe it or not, under the plastic in those garden beds. So I've cut the absolute crap out of him and taken a few cuttings, and hopefully I haven't actually destroyed it and these cuttings will take. Some red collies still going. Parsley in the one at the back. The taller ones there are the passion fruits, and some more strawberries and some stuff there. So just some odds and sods. While I'm at this end of the yard, let me show you the fruit trees. I'll start at one end, so sorry, a bit of a walk around. Just a bit of context. These are my compost. Water tanks behind. Down the side, okay, my cherry tree. Cherry tree has leafed. Has budded, but it hasn't flowered, this one. So I've got to have a look. I'm not sure whether the cherry flowers before or after the leaf comes on. But I'm quite happy with where that's going. That's about 12 months old. Did have a little bit of a setback at the beginning, but she's kicking on now. Let's spin you around the peach tree. Peach tree, this went in the same time as the cherry. It didn't have the setback. It's flowered, it's budded, and if I can get close enough to show you, let me just work some extra eyes on here behind the camera. I'm hoping that you can see in there a little peach forming, and I've got a few more in over here, so sorry, the wind's blowing, but I may, if they don't drop off, I may get some peaches on there this year, which I'll be absolutely stoked with, because that's only probably been in the ground a year and a half. So I'm really happy with the way that's going. There's one that might, if the leaf gets out of the way. There is a peach in there, but there's quite a few on the tree. The orange tree, I cut the crap out of it last year, but it hasn't looked back. It has just gone absolutely bonkers with oranges. And I was going to cut all these oranges off and give it a bit of a tidy up prune, but the bloody thing's decided to flower again. And I don't know if you guys have got citrus growing at home, but seriously, they are one of the best smelling trees. I mean, the wind's blowing away from me at the moment, but I can still smell them. So they're going great guns. The lemon's starting to kick back. Got some nice sized lemons on there. A little bit of context. This one here, there's my hand. And yes, it's a man-sized hand, not a little boy hand. So give you an idea, you know, they're a good sized lemon. And it too is flowering. Oh, and I love the smell. Love the smell. And for the older set, you might remember the Seekers back in the 1970s, 1980s, sang a song about a lemon tree. Seriously, YouTube it. They talk about how sweet the smell is. And they're not wrong. The nectarine has flowered, finished flowering. It has budded. Don't mind me, I've got the foreman on the job down here again. There he goes, Tom. And Bubba. So anyway, the nectarine's flowered, it's budded. I should get an absolute sheetload of nectarines on this year. It's always been a good performer, except last year when I cut the crap out of it. But with this many flowers, I want to see lots and lots of nectarines. Mandarin next to me, that's probably it'll be 4 metres high, I'm guessing. I've just picked the last of last year's mandarins Didn't get a lot, again, because I cut the bugger out of it. But it too, as you can see, is budding, is flowering. So it was a really good producer before I cut the bugger out of it. So hopefully it's had 12 months now to recover, and I'll get a heap of mandarins on it too. And I tell you, I'm standing 20 foot away from the other citrus, from the orange and the lemon, with the wind blowing away from it, and I can still smell them. Absolutely beautiful. Now, just got to step over a bit of crap. The nectarine 2, the apricot rather. The apricot 2 has finished flowering, has started throwing leaves, and where are we? I can see it, so it must be somewhere in there. I've got nectarines. They're probably half inch across. Not nectarines, apricots. Half inch across. In amongst the greenery there somewhere. I mean, I can see them clear as well off camera, but as soon as I get the camera on them, they seem to disappear. You can see one there under the leaves. And again, it was a prolific fruiter before I cut the buggery out of it. So not much last year, but a heap year before. I made some little green hanging pots, just a bit of a trial. I've just got some petunias and alyssum in at the moment, and some marigolds. I know they're really bright, but it's the only colour I had. So they were a bit of an experiment, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, let's keep going. Apples have budded and are starting to flower. So no apples yet, but they're flowering. That one, I've got a red and a green. I don't know which is which. I think this is a green here. The last one I showed you was a red, but you know, I mean, it's still early for these guys. They've always been a little bit later than the other trees. So there's not a lot of flowers on them at the moment, not a lot of green, but I've got faith that it'll grow. Okay, now let's bring you around to the garden beds. Let's start you right up this end. Going to show it to you all warts and alls. Now, I've got capsicum and chilies I planted a long time ago. Not a single one's popped up. Hopefully a bit of warmer weather now. If the seeds are just laying dormant, hopefully I'll get a few up, but nothing. Potatoes. Absolutely nothing at the moment, but again, you know, warmer weather, hopefully we'll get a few more. Same again here. I buried these a little bit deeper, these spuds, but I'm just showing you an empty bed. There's nothing there. The Brussels sprouts are kicking on. I believe these are a slow grower anyway. I'm hoping so, because they have been a bit slow. This one here, I don't know if we can actually get in and see. On the end of this branch, I'm tapping these little nodules. That should be the Brussels sprouts. So hopefully we'll get some sprouts off these. And it was a bit of an experiment. Cabbage. These are a dwarf cabbage or a mini cabbage. Not huge, but they are starting to curl. They are starting to form sort of the beginning of a head, so touch wood. I forgot what I threw in the middle. I think I planted some normal cabbage seed in the middle. Again, the cats don't help me, but there's nothing growing in there. Nothing's popped up. The broccoli. Famous broccoli. Now this bed here probably suffered a little bit with a lack of water. I do have a watering system in the bed, but the watering system in this one is a little lower than the rest, a little bit deeper. And also this bed didn't get the famous goat poop. So although they're growing, and a couple of them you can see have gone to flower, which is fine, that's seeds for next year, but they're not doing fantastic. Hang on, I'm saving the best till last, so hang around. Well, it's the best for me. Another bed, I'll just chuck some pots in. So it's just a bit of a mishmash of everything. I had 2 banana trees. That one there looks like it might have gone to God. The other one looked like it had, but now it's thrown some new leaves, so that'll go in the ground once the weather's, the last of the frost is gone. Beetroot's looking good. I haven't actually looked to see if there's any beetroot on the bottom of them, but I'm counting on the theory that the plants are that good, that they should be. I did have cauliflowers in under these bars, but the cats still get down in there and dig it up. Bloody cats. There's evidence of the bloody cats. A little bit of cat poop. Now, this is resistance, this broccoli bed. Again, some has gone to seed. I'm fine with that. I'm really happy with the way the plants are growing though. When you see the ones in the distance compared to these, they're all growing heads. I've just picked some I'm going to show you in a minute. But they're all growing heads. The funny thing is they all pretty much went in at the same time, but the ones on the more northerly side are growing bigger heads. But as I pull these out, the ones behind obviously get a little bit more sun and the heads are growing. But remember I said I've got man hands, not little boy hands. There's the head I picked earlier. So that's, to me, that's a good size head. And I've picked probably 10 or 12 of these so far. Okay, so that's the garden beds, that's the fruit trees. Let's spin you around. The raspberries, remember I had raspberries in. You see they're starting to kick on. They're a couple of the older plants I had. They're a chili whack. And then I've got some new ones I put in. Now, some have already kicked on. I see another one that's starting to kick on. That one there, you might not be able to see, but right at the base there's a little bit of green showing. So some of these haven't kicked on just yet, they're just sticks. I'm hoping they do, and the one at the end here has kicked on. So hopefully, I won't get any raspberries this year, because these are not a primo cane, flora cane. So it's last year's growth, so I've got to let them go for a year. But I've got 15 plants in there now, so that should keep me up on the raspberries. And these new ones I put in were a chilled cotton. Got them from Garden Express, not sponsored, but they do good work in the mail. Herb garden for spring onion. See some of it's going to flower. Parsley's gone absolutely mad. The rest of the stuff, not so much. I don't know what it is, but I just have trouble with some seeds. Some like the parsley has gone absolutely mad, but a lot of seeds I just can't get to grow. Now the grapes are kicking on. This one here is a red grape. Hang on, let me get out of the picture. And this one here is a crimson seedless. And that's all it's going to tell me, crimson seedless. I did have grapes growing here before they were seeded. To be honest, I got sick of spitting the seeds out, and they weren't where I wanted them, so I put some new ones in. This one here is looking decidedly better than the other one, but the other one's still kicking on nicely, and this is a Thompson seedless. So there's my grapes. Let's keep walking. Got a couple of little other surprises I want to show you. Whew. There's the second in charge. I've got a few of these guys hanging around. They're not all mine, but they've all made this home. The tulips came on good. 2 of the flowers are spent. There were 7 bulbs there, 86 come up, one of them rotted. That little purple one at the back, I think it's had it. Not sure what sorted it out, but it never really popped up as a flower. The banana, we had a late frost and the frost knocked it back a bit, but it's throwing more leaves, more suckers. The suckers will get dug up, repotted, and the 3 main trees there, I'm going to reduce them down to maybe 1 or 2. I've got to have a look, depending on how I'm feeling at the time. Now there, I thought they were a Cavendish, but they were small bananas last year, but I think it's because I left too many suckers there. So we'll see what happens this year. But I've planted a little red dwarf here as well, little red dwarf banana that's only been in a day or 2. So the leaves are a bit droopy from being packaged, being in the mail for a week and a half, but you know, you get that. But it came packaged really well, I have to say. That came from Daly's Nurseries in Queensland, and I'm really impressed with the way they package their plants for transport. Other than that, a couple of hebes. If you haven't seen hebes or you don't know what hebes are, seriously, it's about 1 metre square bush. It can be nicely pruned, but have a look at those flowers. There's no, so there's a bit of a work dispute behind me. A couple of the cats are going through it. There's no smell, but they're absolutely spectacular looking flower. And if you want bees, seriously plant these guys. They will be absolutely covered in bees. The Daphnes, Perfume Princess, they're kicking on really nicely. I'm hoping I'll have some flowers on them come next winter. The Feijoas are kicking on nicely. I've got buds on them, but I think they're probably just leaf buds, but we'll just wait and see. 1, 2 Feijoas, another Daphne, and another little Daphne over there. He was a bit of a late planter. Now the other thing I've done while you guys were off looking at somebody else's YouTube channel, I know how it works. Those little plant pots I showed you earlier hanging in the tree, the green ones, I did some bigger ones. They might not show up so well in this light, because I painted them monument grey, going with a theme there. But I've planted strawberries, white and red strawberries. I don't know what variety, I was just told they were white and red. And in 4 of these pots, and they're 1 metre from top to bottom, in 4 of these pots I've got 72 strawberry plants. I mean, that's a phenomenal amount. So, like with the raspberries, I should have no shortage of strawberries. Anyway, that might do me for today. I don't think I've got much else to show. Oh, there is one I want to show you. Another one of my little favourite plants. The red valerian. Again, no smell, but see the pop of colour there? How red it is? And that's only just beginning to flower. Now you'll see there's another one behind it there, and one over there, they're self-seeded. But these guys, if you want colour, seriously, red valerian. Easy to grow, full sun. These are absolutely chock-a-block in the full sun. I've got one in the part shade, it's only about half the height. But you want colour and bees, butterflies, all that, red valerian. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm done. I will catch you down the track. As always, like, subscribe, comment. Love comments. I don't care if they're good comments. If you don't like nasty comments, but if you've got suggestions or anything, by all means, hit me up with suggestions. Like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.